Okay, now I'm going to show you how to edit an already narrated few pages of a book. Now, I started this with my book Storytime, and it's pretty much standard the way it goes off, but this whole idea here now is to show you how to properly edit it using Camtasia Studio. So we'll start playing it, and we'll kill the things that need to be killed and straighten it all out by the end. So here we go.
Ari Communications presents Storytime, written by Zachary Richards and narrated by the author. Published by Ari Publishing. Disclaimer. All rights reserved. No part of this book may be reproduced in any manner without written permission by the publisher. Copy.
Now notice that there was me inhaling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the length of this so get a better look at it. You do that by going here. Okay? Now let's back it up and have a look at that again.
Copyright.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is take that out. And what I'm going to do, how to do that, is you grab the right hand thing here. And then you go to audio and you click silence. And what that does is it removes the breathing sound. So you put it back together. And replay, and you'll notice that it's gone.
Publisher. Copyrighted 2012 by Ari Publishing. Storytime is a work of fiction. Names, characters, businesses, products, events, and places are products of the author's imagination or used fictitiously.
Okay, there's another breathing bit, so what we're going to do is remove that as well. So you simply take this part here. You can choose either the green or the red. They both do the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this here, drag it back, hit silence again, and bada bing, bada boom, there we go. Play it now, just make sure.
Fictitiously. Any resemblance to the actual persons, any resemblance to actual...
Okay, now that has to go. All right, I messed up there. So, and keep in mind, we all mess up. So don't get yourself all crazy over it, because it takes a while to get a real feel. So we'll just set this thing, grab the green button here if I can get a hold of it. I don't know, it's playing cute. There we go. All right, now we go to the scissor, which is right here, and we kill it. And we move this bad boy up. I don't know why it does that. I think it has some kind of, I don't know, but just bringing it back to normal. Okay, so we'll get to the end here.
Fictitiously. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead.
Now I got to bring that in closer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back this up to here. Hit the split, which is this one here. First you got to highlight it. Then hit the split. What I'm going to do is move this back and close this off. Watch how I'm doing that. Then I'm going to take this whole thing here and pull it in. So let's play it now and see if it sounds better.
Or used fictitiously. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, events, places, or locales is entirely coincidental. Yeah,
see, I screwed up that last few words. I think it was from here. Let's check it out.
Coincidental. Entirely coincidental.
Let's try it from here.
Is entirely coincidental.
Okay, that all has to go. So we back this up here. Take the red marker. Bring it over here. Hit the switch there. And it's all gone. So let's listen to it.
Or dead, events, places, or locales is entirely coincidental. Story number 1.
Okay, now you know there's me. What you hear there is me turning the page of the book I'm about to read. So let's get rid of that. So we go to scissors, boom, and it's done. So let's listen to it.
Story number 1, The Last Stop Bar and Grill. The name's Gus. I own a gin joint on Manhattan's.
I screwed that up, so we're going to take that part out. I think this separation went a little bit too long, so I'm going to drag it all the way to there. Hit the scissors, and we're clear. So let's listen to this.
Number 1, The Last Stop Bar and Grill. The name's Gus.
Okay, there's a sound to me there, I don't know, chewing my lip or something. Let's get rid of that. I don't like that sound. Got to make sure you don't have any errant sounds lurking about, because it throws off people's concentration. It takes them away from your book. Let's try this now.
Story number 1, The Last Stop Bar and Grill. The name's Gus. I own a gin joint on Manhattan's West Side called The Last Stop Bar and Grill. I gave it that name because it's the last bar before the warehouse district. I was trying to be clever, you know, like last gas before highway. You can see why I never quit my day job.
Okay, well, apparently that has got to go. So first we'll kill that here. Hit scissor. And then from this area, we'll just put in, hold on. I don't know what the hell that was, but that'll have to be taken out on the next one, I suppose. All right, so just going to put silence here, okay? Put this bad boy back together. Listen and see how it goes.
Never quit my day job. Anyway, it's a nice place, and I spend my evenings tending bar for the factory and dock workers who stop in for a quick one after work. They're good people, mostly. Rarely any trouble. The story I'm about to tell you took place late one Friday. It was the night Billy Ryan came in, waving his arms, demanding everyone's attention. With the TV muted and all I
got to go back, and I think I heard some breathing spells here, so I'm going to just remove any chance of that. So I'll just take this here, hit the silence button, and bring it back and see how it goes.
Everyone's attention. With the TV muted and all eyes on him, Billy began.
And there's that breathing again. Sorry, folks, but it's a necessary habit I've gotten into. All right. I'm going to split this. I think it's a little bit too long a gap. So I'll hit the split button. Pull this out. Back this in a bit. And drop this down. And pull it in. Let's give a listen.
Eyes on him, Billy began. With God as my witness, he said, placing his right hand over his heart, today I was nearly murdered. A hush came over the bar. For people whose lives consist of one humdrum job after another, a life-threatening experience was definitely big news. The day started out just like...
Got another breathing spell, so we got to get rid of that.
News. The day started out just like any other, he continued. I was working the early shift on Dock 8. When break time came, I ran over to the bank to cash my check like I do every Friday.
We'll get rid of the breathing. Silence. Put the bad boy back together, and off we go.
Every Friday. Just some heading up the stairs, I hear what sounds like a...
Okay, well, apparently we screwed that up, so let's bring this back. Bring this little red knob forward. Now let's take it from here.
Check like I do every Friday. Just some heading up the stairs, I hear what sounds like a car backfiring. I look up, and there are these two guys backing out of the First National with guns drawn. Yeah, that's right. I'm in the middle of a freaking bank robbery. Hey, I heard about that on...
No breathing here, I think. Let's clear this out.
Bank robbery. Hey, I heard about that on my way over here, one customer added. See? Billy said, holding out his arms in an I told you so gesture. So,
breathing's got to go. Now, the reason I don't simply use the scissor is that if I use the scissor, it'll bring this piece up against this piece and there won't be any space. I want the space there. I just don't want anybody to hear me breathing in it. So, back it up. Make sure it's clear.
Gesture. So, as these clowns are trying to make their getaway, one turns and sees me standing a foot or so behind him. The crowd was silent for a moment. "So what'd you do, Billy?" somebody asked. "I jumped him. I mean, what the hell, right? Either that or get shot." As we're tumbling down the stairs, the gun suddenly drops out of his hand. Seeing this, I go to town, start punching the hell out of him, and then just about to knock his ass into next week, I feel something cold and hard pressing.
There's a breath there. Let's get rid of that.
Week, I feel something cold and hard pressed up against my skull. It's his partner's 9mm. You must have dropped a brick in...
Okay, well, we screwed this up here, so let's get rid of this. This we cut. Bring it back here.
It's his partner's 9mm. You must have dropped a brick in your shorts, pal, someone commented. The crowd laughs. "Ha ha, wise guy," Billy says sarcastically. "Anyways, I'm about half a...
More breathing, gotta go. And yes, this can get tedious as hell. It usually takes, for every hour of narration, it takes about 2.5 hours of editing, so get used to it.
Sarcastically. "Anyways, I'm about half a second from having my head air conditioned. I'm about half a second..."
Well, apparently I screwed that up, so let's go back. Go here. Cut. Back here, so we make sure it's nice and clean.
Sarcastically. "Anyways, I'm about half a second from having my head air conditioned when a police car comes screeching around the corner. As the gunman..."
Yep. More silence is needed.
"Corner. As the gunman turns, I kick him square in the Wally Waywos, if you know what I mean," he said, smiling. "And so to make..."
Yep. But you see, this is the reason I like Camtasia, though. It's a very simple and easy to use program. You don't have to get involved in any kind of coding or any kind of crap. You just push a couple of buttons and boom, you're done.
And so, to make a long story short, the cops grab the two and take them away. "Is there a reward?" one of the patrons asked. Billy shrugged. "Might be, but I don't care. The point is, I looked death in the face today and flipped them the bird." And now we're going to end there. Ari Communications presents